One of the things that we all look forward to is New Year's Eve. Sometimes we call the Christmas holiday the kiddie holiday, but the adult party is New Year's Eve. A lot of times on New Year's Eve, I get in a reflective mood. I usually write the top things that I've done in 2011, or I think of the top things that I have not done in 2011. But what I'm thinking about now is something a little bit more. Just because I switched careers, became a teacher, I was laid off for the first time in my life, and a lot of things changed in my life. I remember the day that I knew that I couldn't take anymore. I was at my job and I was sitting there. I called my wife and I said, Roz, I cannot take it anymore. I had a BlackBerry. I had my other phone. I had responsibilities for a television station. I had responsibilities for workers. I had responsibility to our CEO, to my middle management. And it was just too much. And yeah, the money was good, and I was taking care of my family and things like that. But have you ever been in a situation where you're working so much that you don't have time to even enjoy things? Now I'm a teacher. I start work at 8 o'clock. I end at 3:05. I can stay till 4 if I want, or 5. I help kids after school. I'm teaching what I love to do, video, how I'm talking to you. I enjoy it immensely. Of course, you're not making the money that I was before, but the enjoyment level and the satisfaction is high. This is my winter break now. We go back the first of the year. And yesterday, my daughter, Sydney, my oldest daughter, Sydney, has a friend across the street who's about her age. And she comes over and she goes over there to play with her. And she was intently waiting for her dad to call me and tell her to go take her over there to play. I said, okay. As she was just waiting, she didn't take her coat off. She didn't do anything until she knew it was a time to go. And she had to wait at least 25 minutes because my neighbor was on a conference call and he wanted to finish that before he had Sydney over. But just how Sydney was patient and waited and waited and waited. And yeah, she got a little antsy sometimes. Sometimes I feel that's how we have to before we get the right job situation, before we get the right career. Sometimes we have to wait some things out. Sometimes we have to go through some things in order to get what we really want. I like academia. I think this is where I need to be. Do I need to be in a school, a high school, a college? That remains to be seen. But I like helping people, and that is my passion. Yesterday, I had a whole list of things I wanted to get done over the holiday break. And when I wanted to get them done, I looked at it and I said, you know what? I just need to take a break. Yesterday, I took a break and did absolutely nothing. I actually had a vacation. People always say, Chip, how do you get all this stuff done? How do you do this? How do you do that? You have so much stuff to do. How do you just manage it? Do you have a task list? Do you have this? Do you have that? No. Sometimes I'm just throwing things together like most people. But I've learned one thing in 2011 that I think I didn't learn in 2010. It's all about one word. It's called renewal and relaxation. And that's what I learned from a 5-year-old. As she was waiting patiently, as she was relaxing, as she went to go play with her friend, I went over and with my neighbor, he has a PlayStation 3. We ended up playing this soccer game, and I loved it. I stayed over there for like an hour and a half yesterday. The little things. You won't ever be judged on how many hours you spend at that desk. You'll always be judged and think about how many hours you spend with your family.